Thank you for visiting Wealthy Coins again. This leak has validated the Shiba Inu bull run. Today's SHIB news. Although the Shiba Inu community is satisfied with SHIB's success in January, a feeling of anxiety has returned to the market as the month is coming to a close. The market's performance in February in particular has reintroduced a feeling of anxiety as the month winds down. The forthcoming FOMC meeting is expected to be the most consequential event for Shiba Inu holders' investments. Shiba Inu holders can have a better grasp of how the FOMC meeting impacts their portfolio by having a solid grasp of what the meeting entails. At these meetings, which take place every 3 weeks, the federal fund rate is one of the main topics discussed. The latter represents the interest rate at which the Federal Reserve lends money to banks. Here in this video we'll go over the details of the Shiba Inu bull run that this leak has confirmed. Today's SHIB news. To view our most recent videos, please subscribe, share and give us a big thumbs up. We will start the video without further ado. In order to maintain economic stability, the Federal Reserve employs the federal fund rate. Borrowing money becomes more affordable at a lower rate, which facilitates investment by making liquidity more accessible. Conversely, borrowing money becomes less attractive and investment becomes less likely when the rate is higher. As a component of its quantitative tightening strategy to control inflation, the Federal Reserve raised the federal fund rate during most of 2022. Following the most recent FOMC meeting, Shiba Inu and the market as a whole saw a positive increase. This is due to the fact that in contrast to last month's announcement, the Federal Reserve only raised interest rates by 0.5% or 50 basis points. As a result of the lower FFR, investors believed the Fed was reducing the pace of its aggressive rate hike. Along with this came news that the Fed's fight against inflation was successful. The Federal Open Market Committee (FOMC) is expected to meet again between January 31st and February 1st. Many believe the Federal Reserve will increase the federal funds rate (FFR) by 25 basis points. Renewing purchasing pressure on SHIB might occur if this proves to be accurate, as it would lend credence to optimistic views. If this were to happen, it would break through the $0.00000123 level of resistance that has been there for the past many days. The next Fibonacci resistance line is located at a potential 14% price spike for Shiba Inu investments if a rally materializes. A rate hike over that might fool investors and cause Shiba Inu prices to drop again. If a 10% correction materializes, it will bring the price back down to its 200-day moving average or below. The market may respond in advance of the official release of the FOMC minutes on occasion. Some have hypothesized that this is due to the fact that those in influential positions are aware of the Federal Reserve's rate decision prior to its official announcement. Consequently, some market players may enjoy preferential treatment, enabling them to respond appropriately. It is worth noting that there was a small increase in Shiba Inu's weighted mood meter during the past 2 days. If this holds, it might mean that market optimism is on the mend. In light of the current consensus that a 25 basis point increase is likely, this does not prove that investors predict another jump. While price volatility has been trending downward for the past several days, it appears that another spike is imminent. Reason being, this week's trading might get a little busier due to the FOMC data. A comparable result is also shown via exchange flows. In recent days there has been a marked decline in the supply on exchanges, although the situation is exactly reversed when looking at supply outside of exchanges. Even if the FOMC opts for a steeper rate hike than expected, a bearish pivot can still occur within the allotted time. Now that the official numbers are out, the directional momentum is likely to pick up. The following trend presents potential for short-term gains that SHIB traders and investors can seize. Plus, Benzinga looked at the future of a lot of people's favorite stocks last week. With the tech-heavy Nasdaq at the forefront of market gains, the optimistic sentiment that began 2023 on Wall Street persisted this week. The Nasdaq ended the week 4.32% higher, the S&P 500 2.47% higher, and the Dow Industrials 1.81% higher. The U.S. Department of Commerce announced on Thursday that GDP increased 2.9% in the fourth quarter, which was more than the 2.6% increase that economists had predicted. Following a 5.5% gain in November and below economist projections of a 5.5% gain, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index climbed 5% in December, according to Friday's report by the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Cryptocurrencies that are popular among memes include SHIB and Doge. As a component of the Shiba Inu project, the SHIB token is part of the Ethereum network. Despite its comedic origins, the cryptocurrency Doge has grown a sizable user base since its 2013 launch. You should think of both of them as high-risk investments due to their extremely volatile prices. For a long time, Dogecoin was the only meme coin that people knew about. The combination of speculative investments and sudden price declines causes huge rallies on a regular basis. One such rival that has been around since 2020 is the Shiba Inu coin. The idea behind this is to make fun of Dogecoin. Compared to Dogecoin, Shiba Inu has fared better during this period. This is understandable given that the initiative is in its infancy. In other words, the potential losses outweigh the possible gains. The Shiba Inu might have been another meme currency that bombed or had a very small price increase. When compared to Dogecoin in 2023, the Shiba Inu currency carries a greater risk but also offers a greater potential payoff. Dogecoin might be better off with the Shiba Inu since meme coins are so dangerous to invest in. Dogecoin, Doge, and Shiba Inu, three meme coins with a doc theme, are among the most decentralized digital assets available, according to a senior executive of Cyber Capital, an investment business. The company's chief investment officer Justin Bonds informs his Twitter followers that Doge and SHIB are two of the 32 supposedly decentralized cryptocurrencies among the top 50. There are only 32 truly decentralized cryptocurrencies out of the 50 most popular ones. We can put a finger on decentralization and say yes or no, even though it's on a continuum. Always bear in mind that the truth as it stands in theory may not always hold water in reality. After a strong start to the new year, the price of Shiba Inus is beginning to cool down. The digital Dogecoin has increased in value by 60% since January 1st, giving the Shiba Inu price a new narrative all its own. If you believe whale stats, the top Ethereum whale's usage of Shiba Inu smart contracts and tokens is unparalleled. The Shibarium beta launch has sparked a great deal of interest in Shiba Inus. The chief developer of Shiba Inus, Shitoshi Kusama, has dropped hints that Valentine's Day, February 14th, will be the premiere date of Shibarium. In the midst of the Shibarium debut, whales have bought Shiba Inus but are selling SHIB till December. The top Ethereum whales have bought more Shiba Inu smart contracts than any other smart contract in the last 24 hours. The price of SHIB has risen 2% in the past 24 hours, trading at $0.00001204. Shiba Inu still has a shot for a much greater peak in the months to come. The release of Shibarium has the potential to pique more people's interest in Shiba Inus. The new Layer 2 blockchains promise many improvements such as faster transactions, more scalability, and less overall transaction costs. The possibility